I get sad when I see roadkill. I'm going to say neutral on that one. I don't get overly sad. In fact, when I was in New Zealand making rings, I have a whole selection of photos of just roadkill. So I'm quite interested in roadkill. Do you know what I mean? Hello, I'm Dominic Monaghan.
And I'm Billy Boyd. And one of us is wanted for murder.
Come on, that's a little misleading. One of our characters is suspected of murder in the Audible original Moriarty, The Devil's Game.
Dominic plays Sherlock Holmes' brilliant nemesis, Moriarty. And I play his handsome sidekick, Moran.
Handsome? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're no strangers to playing literary figures, of course, but getting into the heads of some potentially nefarious characters can be a challenge.
That's why we're going to take a quiz as ourselves and then as our characters and see how alike we are.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, Dom.
Question 1.
I work best when I have a partner in crime.
I'm going to strongly agree.
Yeah, I'll strongly agree then.
Moriarty. I'm going to say neutral for Moriarty.
But do you think he would get very far in this without Moran? I don't think you get far at all.
Shall I agree then?
I'll agree as well.
I'll agree. Next question.
Second breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
It's important. I don't think it's the most important. I like a breakfast. I like to break my fast, and then the second breakfast is more of a little top-up, like a fruit smoothie or a little bit of granola or something.
And then you'd skip 11s, right?
Skip 11s.
Straight to lunch.
Straight into lunch.
Cool.
And dinner and then supper. So I'm going to say...
Let's not forget afternoon tea.
I'm going to say disagree.
I hate to disagree.
Well,
I'm going to be neutral.
Yeah, you love it.
Right.
Do we think Moriarty has time for breakfast? I think he probably has a coffee in the morning. Disagree.
Yeah, I'll disagree there as well.
When it comes to humour, on a scale of 1 to 10, I am a 10. Goodness, that's blowing my own trumpet a little bit, isn't it?
I'll agree for you. I think you're a very funny man.
Well, I was going to answer, if this was for you, I would say a 10.
Give yourself a 10, Dom.
Okay, strongly agree?
I'm going to strongly agree, because we're funny.
Hilarious. Moran's funnier than Moriarty.
But he's not a 10.
Neither one of them are.
We'll disagree.
Doing vaudeville or anything. I don't plan ahead. I'll deal with the future when it arrives. Strongly disagree. I'm a crazy planner. I've been planning my Christmas break. It's June.
I will strongly agree and never plan for anything.
Yeah, that's what I love about you.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
I don't know what I'm doing after this.
Brilliant. And then Moriarty, I'll say agree.
Yeah, I'm going to agree, not strongly.
Mm-hmm. Out of the two of us, myself and Billy, I'm the smartest. Now that's up for debate. We're smarter in different ways. Neutral, really.
Yeah, well, I'm going to agree that I'm smarter.
Okay. Brilliant.
I think Moran would agree that you are smarter.
You're the brawn, I'm the brain.
Yeah.
Agree.
Hey, I love surprises. Oh! No, I don't.
No, you didn't.
I thought I did,
no,
but I didn't enjoy that.
That was in the moment there. But do you, though?
I do.
I think I'm neutral. I think sometimes I like to know.
Sometimes it's nice, but sometimes, surprise, I've set fire to your car.
Yeah, I'm going to say neutral.
Yeah.
Moriarty, does he love surprises? No, I don't think he likes surprises at all.
I would agree with Moran. I think he likes to make a plan and things go according to plan. Out of the two of us, I am funniest.
I think you're funnier in different ways than me.
I would say you're funnier.
I would say you're funnier, but that's because my preference, the thing that makes me laugh, is not me, it's you, and the other way around. You're more, I think, whimsical and good-hearted, and everyone can laugh at what you do. I think sometimes I can be a bit...
Cutting edge.
A bit cutting edge, a bit close to the knuckle.
There's only been a few people that have made me laugh out loud so much that I've had to leave a room, and you've done that. So I'm going to say that I disagree because I think you're funny.
I'm going to disagree as well. I think Moriarty takes his life very seriously because of what he's going through. And Moran will probably have a few military jokes, right?
Yeah, I would say that, yeah, Moran probably thinks he is funnier.
Yeah. I can turn my charm on to get what I want from people. Strongly agree. I don't do it often, but if I need to.
Yeah? I'll do a little agree.
I think Moriarty's very manipulative, so I'll say strongly agree for that too.
I don't think Moran would get much from his charm.
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree with that. Fantasy adventure is greater than detective mystery. Agree or disagree?
You go first.
I agree.
I also agree that fantasy adventure is probably a little bit more in my wheelhouse than detective mystery. But I like both.
I think, though, Moran would have no interest in fantasy whatsoever.
Same with Moriarty.
I'll strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree.
My job brings me joy and fulfillment. Yes, I agree.
Well, can I just say at this point, at this juncture, You're very good at it as well.
Thank you.
Your performances over the years have made me wept when I didn't expect it. And you remember that time when I completely lost control of my bladder? Based on your singing?
Was that because of the singing?
Yeah.
I thought you just had too
halfway
much
through
to
a
sing.
song, and I didn't want to go to the bathroom, so it just all fell apart.
Just let it go.
So congratulations to you on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. Same as Billy. Love what I do, love being on set, love creating. Feel extremely privileged to be able to have been an actor in my life and have it pay my wages and meet you.
And you have done wonderfully.
Right. Moriarty, I'm going to say disagree. I think it tortures him a little bit.
And I think Moran, I think he probably doesn't really enjoy the criminal world, but he's just found himself in it. So I'm going to disagree with that.
Lord of the Rings is the best story ever told.
Agree.
I'm going to be neutral on that.
Okay. I'm going to say neutral for Moriarty.
Disagree. I don't think it'd be Moran's favourites with wizards and all that.
I have a soft spot for fish and chips. I don't like fish and chips.
I love it though.
Do you?
Yeah.
I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've had a fish and chip supper. Strongly disagree.
Strongly agree. In fact, I'm in the mood for fish and chips now that you've said it so
Yeah,
many
get
times.
some after this. It's kind of a meal on the go, so I'm going to say agree for Moriarty. For
Yeah,
that one.
Moran as well. Strongly agree.
The next question, I get sad when I see roadkill. I'm going to say neutral on that one. I don't get overly sad. In fact, when I was in New Zealand making rings, I have a whole selection of photos of just roadkill. So I'm quite interested in roadkill. Do you know what I mean? Great. Okay, so what about you?
I'm going to say it did make me a little sad when I see something dead on the road there.
Yeah. I think Moriarty doesn't necessarily get sad when he sees roadkill. I'm going to disagree.
I don't think Moran would get sad at all. Strongly disagree. I am an introvert.
I would agree with that.
I'm definitely not an introvert. I'm an extrovert. If I'm in a social situation or anything around humans, I'm extremely extroverted.
I would rather be in the bath.
Yeah, you would rather be in
Myself?
the bath, that's true. Moriarty, yeah, probably. I think he spends way too much time in his brain, so I think he's an introvert.
I think Moran is not. I think he likes being out and about.
He likes an
punching,
ale.
having a beer, having a fight.
Yeah, sing-song. Yeah.
Over all else, I value logic and reason.
Over all else, because remember you like gummy worms and fish and chips?
Yeah, more than logic,
Logic and reason.
Yeah, I'll disagree with that then.
I'll agree. I like logic and reason.
What about your character?
He's one of the more intelligent people, certainly in England at that point in history. So I think having that grasp of your own mind is something I would love. Because for the most part, I'm a bit of a dullard, aren't I?
Logic and reason. I'll disagree.
Strongly agree. That's it, we're done.
Is it?
Let's submit our answers.
Submitted.
Okay, well, let's find out how similar I am to Professor Moriarty. 25%. I think that's about right. There are some things that I empathise with him in terms of the way that he lives his life, but he definitely takes himself a little bit more seriously than I do.
Let's find out how similar I am to Moran. 35% similar. I'm more similar to Moran than you are to Moriarty.
And apparently during this test, we've done a little side test to find out how close I am, Dom, to you.
Billy, how similar we are in a percentage.
What do you think? Have a guess.
50-50.
92.
55%.
I have always thought we were exactly the same.
We see things about each other that are different, but also a little complementary. You know, in all the ways that I'm not, maybe you are, and I'm funny in a way that it kind of tickles you, but then the way that you're funny is different and tickles me, so I like a tickle, you know that.
Well, we've learnt something there.
It's actually quite a good quiz to do, isn't it? As an actor, to learn a little bit about your character. You know, sometimes you can read a script and you think, oh, I know who this is. But if you start asking questions, it's actually quite a good thing. I think I learned something. So I think we should go back and record that again. Now that I've done that. Well, I think we learned quite a lot about ourselves there, Dom, and about our characters. But if you want to learn more, make sure you listen to Moriarty, The Devil's Game.
Available on Audible. See if you can solve the mystery before we do.
Oh, yeah. I really hope you didn't kill your fictional fiancée, Dom.
Yeah, me too. She's lovely.